So yes, here in crazy brainland, over the last week particularly, my ability to, my short-term memory has gone down a long way, a long way. My self-care has gone downhill really a long way. My short-term memory has gone downhill really a long way. And though I like to believe I can do absolutely everything and there's no one quite as amazing as me, if my ability to self-care is, quite rapidly going down, and I start to need quite a lot of care from my support team. I can only tell them, and I don't think there's anybody in the world, particularly in a situation like this, that has ever had so much support in their life in such a situation ever in the history of mankind. I can say that's my friends so straight. That's going to be so amazing. But yes, apparently I'm ill. Don't you understand? I'm busy. How many times do I have to tell it? I haven't got the time to be ill. I haven't finished my videos. But my ability to do it myself has gone downhill. And handy, now I'm just going to send the whole lot to my brother, and he can do it at home, and that'll be fine. It'll save him from having to deal with the children. So he's very willing. But my personal ability really has gone downhill. And not to make an excuse why you see less of me, because obviously it's not getting any easier now across the way, is it? But hopefully I've ramped up my support and you'll see a bit more of me. But as you can see, over my efforts over the last couple of months, well, no promises. So yes, I've been working this career, let's call it, as a groundsman, because it's a bit short for a career now, isn't it? I've gone travelling for a year, and I was mainly in Southeast Asia. I was actually away for, let me see, I was 6 months away, living a completely different life. I spent 3 months travelling in Southeast Asia. I met a young lady from Ireland. She was going to Australia. Her and her two friends, and these are so suitable, pretty crazy Irish girls that I was with. They were amazing. I had the bonkers one, it had to be. With her two friends, they planned to get the camper and do the big 3 months, and then they were going to stay for 3 months and work in Sydney. Now, really, I did like this young lady a lot, but no problem. I went with her. And it was wild. So for 3 months I travelled with them in Australia. They wanted to do, her two friends wanted to do the 1 month thing, and we went for the 3 month travelling, so we actually split up there. They'd known each other for their whole life, so it was fine. So me and the young lady did the amazing travelling, 3 months. I had to go home. She got to stay, but it's okay because afterwards we got to go in Ireland for a year, and then normal life happens and it all went pear-shaped, as the English call it. Now, the relevant point here is that on the way back I caught amoebic dysentery because I stopped back in Thailand for 2 weeks on the way home. Caught one of the world's greatest killing diseases. Now, unfortunately, when I came back, because I'm a bit of a character, as you might have noticed, I completely, when I got back, that very day I arrived back in England in the pub with my friends, is the day I became ill. But medicals think I might have had it for 3 months, even long. It's hard to know these things. On the way there, it's unknown. So I became rapidly severely ill with amoebic dysentery, and basically my management of the care was hopeless. I'll give it in all simply, and nobody with a more regular life would have flumped the whole situation. It could have gone worse, and basically I couldn't really work for, I'd say, effectively a year and a half that I was severely ill. I'd never had such. If I'd have managed it better, it wouldn't have been such a disaster. You have to be yourself, isn't it, right? So yes, I'd had this thing, and now afterwards, obviously, I needed afterwards to get some employment again in the long term. And the business working for the regular employment didn't think time for some self-employment. I started my own gardening business, as you would. So that was great, going around doing everybody's gardens and such like. Yes, all very good, but unfortunately far too boring for Nick. It wasn't going to last very long. Yeah, so I had obviously a traveller, a doer, a bit of an action person. I hope you can give me that one. These people needed a man. I was their man around all the country. It kind of was a bit like gardening because it was the land. And what they did, they'll buy some land that you can't get development possibility for. Because don't forget, in the UK, there's not so much land about. It's an issue what land could be used for what. With so little land, and this has to be nature and this not. It's very controlled. So what they used to do is buy a suitable piece of ground that looks like it would be amazing as development area. You're selling it, you know it doesn't have any development possibilities, but we'll buy it, my customer, they would divide the land up, make it look like with sticks and paint, all done by me, looking like in a housing estate, and knowingly, the customers knowingly know it's not going to have permission now, but for a long-term investor, that for 20 years maybe, as an investment, it's a market. So in a sense, it is legitimate. But I keep saying we, because then I call it we because hey, I was doing it and I'm an immersive, right? So it was quite a bit of a dodgy one, as it were, because basically, imagine you lived in a beautiful house, in a row of beautiful houses, of rich people's houses, and just over the road there's a farm field, but it's in just the right place to build some houses. So basically, the customer will find the place, research, buy it, then we'll make preparations because we're going to, like the local government councils utterly hate it because we're actually about to destroy the area for these rich people. I'm going to make it look like a housing thing. Over the weekend, for my mission, I would go as a spy, effectively commercial spy with a dog in one vehicle in a car, check the place out, do the photos, do all the research. I'm their reconnaissance man. It's all me. I'm the man. I was an expert, symbol for the whole operation. I had ideal skills for them. So I do all this information, make all the preparations. They're going to buy it, going to whatever day. I arrive at 5:01 o'clock when the local offices have closed, and me and my army of team, because I'm in charge of the whole operation, it's my job. Over the weekend, we'll go from a field into complete finished, ready to sell a housing estate in markers of in every possible way, but bricks and holes in the ground marked. It's just appeared over the thing, and it's going to stay like that. And the weeds will grow when it's all sold. The weeds will grow, and it will never be a farm field again. It's appalling. You can imagine it, but welcome to commerce. It was interesting, and we all had to have a job, but really it kept me busy, right? I was perfect for the job. Simple as that. So, but yeah, basically I was the operator. I did absolutely everything. If it was doesn't occur for somebody sitting in an office, I did all of it as an ideal thing. So not quite like the normal gardening, as it were, but it was a much more appropriate type of job to keep me busy. And went on from there. Kind of interesting, I do hope. Now, my friend and sidekick, Dangerous Brian, really his story is so much, he deserves a whole story. If you'd like to hear the amazing story of Dangerous Brian more, raise your hand. Well, I'll just assume, but not now, another time. I have to stop talking at some time.